Today we're going to talk about creating a trading bot with the TD Ameritrade API and Microsoft Access. What I've got here is a trading bot that's utilizing the Keltner model. You can see I have the Keltner graph right here. You could really use any model you wanted. This particular bot just happens to utilize the Keltner model. And if you're familiar with the Keltner model, you're going to have an upper band, a lower band, and the EMA line right here. And here's the different factors that I can use to configure my Keltner parameters for each stock. So basically, I've got all stocks in the S&P 500 imported right here. And let's just pick one. We'll pick Walmart. You can see Walmart. Here's their Keltner graph. And what this bot is looking for is like every 15 minutes, it is downloading new information using the TD Ameritrade API for all the stocks, approximately 500 in the S&P, and it's looking for patterns. And for the Keltner model, there's several different patterns you can look for, but in this particular bot, I'm looking for a trend where this stock price, which is the red line, has come above the EMA upper band and it's dropped. And with the Keltner model, you typically assume that when it reaches this EMA line, it's going to bounce back up. And you're looking for a stock that does this bouncing right in here. So today you can see that my bot has been interested in these 7 stocks right here, and it is it's watching those. It says those look like they're about to meet the pattern, and when they meet the pattern, it's going to actually place a buy order with a stop loss, basically a 3-part order. It's going to place a buy at that center line right there, and it's going to place a stop loss between the center line and the lower band, and it's going to place a sell at this upper band. And for every stock, you can see this upper band right here for Walmart is 149. So that's where the sell is going to take place, and the middle band is right here, 147. The lower band is 145. So what I've got here is, if you're familiar with the Keltner model, you use a multiplier to generate these bands. Each of my stocks, I use a different multiplier, which is automatically calculated, and I basically calculate that multiplier so that I get a stock price that's moving somewhat around these bands. My stop loss distance I set to 50%. That's a percentage. That means I'm going to sell halfway between these 2 lines, the middle and the lower band. And my sell distance is 100%, which means I'm going to sell at this upper band. And I look for 3 uptrend periods. With the Keltner model, you want to look for a stock that's been trending upward. Basically, this middle line here is the trend of that stock price. So even though it's been going down a little recently, the general trend has been an upward trend. So let's look at one of these that it's interested in. CAT. Let's look at CAT. All right, so why does it like CAT? Okay, it likes CAT because there's an upward trend. The stock's gone down. It's bounced back up. It looks like it might be heading down again, so it's probably ready to, it probably already put in a buy order at this level right here. If you want to look at what it's traded today, it looks like today it bought LLY, DD, NUE, PCAR, well. It bought a lot of these, and if you go look at my TD Ameritrade account, it actually is after market hours right now, so these orders have already expired. We can see though that it's placed these 3-part orders These, once it expired, it actually did not hit the target price that I for my limit order, but like this one did. And so now we bought this at $84. We've got a sell limit $87.15 and a stop market at $82.43. So we've got here's the activity, like a log. We have a little graph here for the current price. We can also go here and look at this account, and here are my parameters. This is showing me the transactions that have gone on in that account, and I can also configure it. Here's where you put in your API information to make your connections for the live trades. I go through that in my other video where it talks about using the TD Ameritrade API with Microsoft Excel. Basically, it's the same technique, but for each account, I can set what my max purchase amount is, my total purchase amount, which is typically the value of my account. I have $60,000 in this trading account, so I don't want to go into into margin, so I just put that there. If you wanted to use margin, you could just increase that. You can see my cursor's busy right now. It's running in the background. It's downloading new stock prices right now. My max daily purchase amount is $5,000, and that's really to protect against market anomalies. I don't want to buy more than $5,000 worth of stocks a day in case we have some kind of a crash and the bot goes nuts. I don't want it to spend all my $60,000. And I have trade start. I think that the morning hours, I don't like trading when the market first opens, so I set this at 10 o'clock, and I stop trading a little bit before the market closes at 1500 hours. And this uptrend percent, I basically want to filter all of my stocks that have an uptrend of at least this amount. I don't want any stocks that are barely making uptrends. And that's all I've been using this particular bot for about a year and a half. And so I've just sort of refined the parameters for this particular Keltner model that I'm using. And other than that, this over here shows what I actually own in my account right now. I actually bought all these today. And I have NUE. I've made $3.60, and I've lost money on these two. And that is, well, I have edit stocks here where you can go in and see all these stocks. And I've inactivated some that for one reason or another, I don't like the way they act, or they give a lot of false positives. But I kind of fine tune my list after a while. And I think some of these are not S&P stocks. I played with importing like all stocks, and I didn't like that. I just got too many stocks that didn't act normal. I've found that focusing on the S&P stocks, you generally get more even fluctuations. You don't have as many anomalies as you would if you just get every stock in the market. You just get too many weirdos. And here are the different parameters I use for each stock and how it is treated in the Keltner model. So there you go, a good example of a trading bot. This runs basically all day during market hours, updating every 15 minutes with live quotes and recalculating the Keltner formulas. And this has been a very profitable tool for me. This is actually the most profitable bot that I have. And you can do this sort of thing with the TD Ameritrade API. So good luck with it. Thank you.